Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a quick video for you guys in reference to Turo. I don't know how many of you guys that follow my channel that actually use the Turo platform. Maybe you're a host, maybe you are a guest or a renter. But there's some information that I want to get out there and I want people to be aware of because it's something that Turo does not tell us as hosts and certainly are not telling you guys as guests. So let's get into it. So what's up, guys? So a lot of you guys have been following my channel for several years, and you followed me when I lived in Hawaii and I had my fleet of Turo vehicles. I had at one time 8 vehicles in Honolulu, Hawaii. Was doing phenomenal as far as, or so I thought back then. Was making $6-7 grand a month on my rentals. Was doing very, very well. I had a falling out with Turo out in Hawaii where a guest had damaged one of my vehicles and I decided to take the cars off the platform. I ended up ultimately selling them all, except one that I still to this day rent out in Hawaii, even though I live on the mainland now. And I rent that one outside of Turo. I don't use the Turo platform for it. But anyway, so now that I'm back here on the mainland, I was looking for other ways to generate more income and work less, which I think a lot of us do. And, you know, my primary source of income for years has been Instacart and Uber. And Uber's platform has really went downhill over the years where you don't make what you used to make. And so Instacart I make really well, but it's also putting a lot of wear and tear on my vehicle and so forth and so on. So I ended up purchasing a Tesla Model 3 Performance through a dealership, not Tesla, but through a third-party dealer, and put it on the Turo platform. Shortly after I did that, I decided that I actually wanted to drive the vehicle myself, so I swapped and I put my Volkswagen Tiguan that I've had for the last couple of years on Turo and started renting that one out. Now, I have to say they were renting great. People were renting them like crazy. You know, I didn't have an issue with finding a renter. It was always rented out. Where I started having issues already with Turo here on the mainland is the Volkswagen. One of the renters damaged the front wheel and tire, and so I've had to replace that and fix that. I've also had an issue where renters are renting the vehicle and not telling me they're taking them out of state, and they end up taking them far away. Like at the making of this video, the individual that rented my Tesla is actually driving it to Washington, D.C. and never told me. I found out this morning when I woke up and realized that he was in Ohio at a charging station. So I say all of that to say this and to show you guys some screenshots. So out of this particular trip that this individual has the Tesla, driving it to Washington, D.C. and back. He's supposed to have it back Sunday night. He did finally tell me that he'll drop it off Monday morning sometime. I made $288 is all I was paid by Turo for this rental. Now, he and I started chopping it up and talking, and I found out that he actually paid $620 to Turo for renting my vehicle, plus a $200 deposit. So he paid in total $820 to rent my Tesla Model 3 Performance. Now, I understand that these platforms have to make money. The problem that I have is nowhere on Turo's platform does it say that they take 45 to 55% of our total income, our total earnings, or what they collect on our vehicle, and give us chump change. We are the ones, it's our vehicles, it's our insurance, it's the wear and tear on our cars, it's the maintenance that's coming out of our pocket, it is us running it to the car wash and cleaning it, you know, in between every trip. It's us dropping what we need to do or what we're doing throughout the day and running to, you know, get these vehicles ready for these guests. And out of $620 that this man paid for this rental, I get $288. Doesn't seem fair. Doesn't seem fair at all. It's my vehicle. It's the wear and tear on my vehicle. I'm the one that has all the risk, you know, renting it to, especially in the area in which I live, you know, you never know who the hell's going to get a hold of your vehicle. And this is the other thing that I've had an issue with Turo, and I can tell you this is the last trip that this car will be on. I've actually sold the car. There's an individual coming on Monday afternoon to pay a deposit. And then in another week, a week and a half, he's bringing me the full list price that I was asking for. And it's gone. I'm done. But here's the thing, you know, there's so much risk and not enough reward. And when we have an issue and we reach out to Turo pretty much, they don't care. They wash their hands with whatever issue we had. So like with the Volkswagen, when the wheel got messed up, I had another rental that was supposed to be going out on it the following day. I had to cancel that rental because I didn't want to put the guest in this vehicle with the wheel and the tire being damaged. And so I reached out to the guests first. I tried to swap them from the Volkswagen to the Tesla. They never responded. And so I needed to hurry up and cancel before they had no chance in hell of getting another vehicle booked. So I canceled the booking. I was charged $25 from Turo, and my listings was all unlisted for 3 days as a penalty for me canceling on one of their guests. Even though I sent them photos of the damage to my vehicle, they didn't care. They didn't care. So the only thing I can tell each and every one of you guys, if you are thinking about doing Turo, think twice. Register yourself an LLC, get you some commercial insurance on your vehicles, and rent them out on your own. Make sure you have tracking GPS system on your vehicle, have a way that you can take credit card payments, and rent them on your own. It's a lot more lucrative. It's a lot safer because you have the ability to determine whether or not the individual that is taking your vehicle is somebody you want in your vehicle. At the end of the day, I can kind of understand a little bit why Turo operates the way that it does, because they don't, you know, in this day and age where everybody is offended over everything and everybody wants to sue everybody over everything, and everybody thinks everybody's out to get them. I understand Turo's stance somewhat on not allowing hosts to to pick and choose who they rent to, because you'll have a lot of people who may be racist or homophobic or whatever and may not allow a certain individual to rent their car because of their skin color or their sexuality or whatever the case may be, or their religion or any of that. So I get that part, but the rest of it I think is absolutely ridiculous. If a host doesn't feel safe with a renter, they should be allowed to cancel with no penalty. If there is a issue with their vehicle and they have documented it and there's proof that there's an issue with the vehicle, I don't think that a Turo host should be penalized. Turo doesn't see it that way. And then they're also taking 45 to 50% of my total earnings. So there's that. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I am going to throw out these screenshots right here for you guys to see as actual proof of what the gentleman paid versus what I got paid. And drop your comments below. Let me know. Do you think this is fair? And would you guys use Turo? Have a good day.